Okay, I guess on this episode of kind of like Halle Berry annoys me a little, we have this post, which it's just kind of getting on my nerves. So she says, this is like a little thing that she posted. It says, my most important job is to protect what I birthed by any means necessary. I just saw this and I said, before this step, protect your womb with measures like abortion so you don't have this problem. The reason why I personally find this annoying is because she's putting the sole responsibility of the protection of her offspring on her, as though there's something that like she could do as an individual that would like be the protection for another person. And the reality is we all live in a society and communities, and I think that it just requires a certain amount of like privilege, or like, how do you say it, like removal of like reality. Like, this is another reason I really appreciate conservatives right now, because they're talking about the need for community, how they benefited from community, how other people benefit from community, what the fuck community is. Halle Berry is pretending like she lives in some echo chamber where like herself, she's gonna be the protector of somebody. Like, that's just not the case. She can try to hire security guards, which are still other people. There's the child's father, he's gonna have a say. There's grandparents, there's other people at like schoolmates, okay, wherever, whatever part, like activity. It's a community, right? And the problem is there are many people, when we're talking about America, any black person who's talking like this, the problem that they're actually having is that like they, first of all, are like not seeing themselves as like people who are being adversely affected by issues that are impacting the black community. So one thing actually I do appreciate, which I think is very strange, but it's like a bunch of mixed race people have almost like come out as like advocates for the black community and are talking about real issues, like Jesse Williams, who talked about like, don't brand yourself with these brands who don't give a shit about you when we have real problems in the black community. Amen. Right? Or if you really go talk to any like biracial girl, okay, who especially who has like one black parent, they seem to all be aware of like African American history. There's at least that. We're not talking about like white children, like the ones who just like look white and then they just like have no idea about anything black, just at all. Like, they don't even know any black history. Like, somebody who has like an active black parent who's alive, I don't know what it is. They like always like know more black history than, well, not always, but they know some black history. And especially like they'll be like the main people who are like advocating for like the ways that people are oppressed. So like in this particular case, like maybe Halle Berry doesn't know that like black girls are like the number one trafficked girls in America. Now, she can have all the security that she wants, but the fact of the matter is, if the human traffickers like target her daughter, they're gonna get her, because like the human traffickers just have more. It's like a $1 trillion industry at this point, and like black girls are like the number one commodity. Her Instagram post isn't going to stop that trade. It's just not. You see what I'm saying? Like, that sounds weird. Like, I don't know. I'm also not saying that like, okay, well, if you are a mother or something, that like you shouldn't protect your children. I mean, you definitely should. You should do everything that you can to like protect them. But I think a bigger part of like, before becoming a mother, I think you have to become a member of society. And that's something that's very strange that's happening, where people are like forgetting that step. It's like, I'm going to remove myself from society, from the other people who live here, and I'm just going to pretend like my personal issues that I am, dealing with are the only issues that matter, and like all the other shit that everyone else is like talking about and dealing with, I don't care about it. And that is actually kind of cray cray. Like, what? Like, what? It's just annoying. Tell me what you think in the comments, because it can't just be me who's like, the cray cray is a lot. It's not, it ain't hitting.